WNO. Who's number one? Who is a strange word. It should be an H.
Who is number one?
Yeah, Woo number one was this past weekend. Some notable matches were from Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan versus
Patrick
Gaudio. We did a piece on Patrick Gaudio a while back.
Did we?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes. It was UFC, the UFC grappling thing. We did Mason Fowler.
Yeah.
Or did Mason? I can't remember. I know we talked about Patrick Gaudio before because I remember writing
He's
this.
a high-level Brazilian champion.
I remember writing this name.
Very good at his craft. And Gordon Ryan dismantled him, as only Gordon Ryan can do. Made it look easy, like he's just drilling on this guy. Passed his guard, took his back, transitioned to armbar, smooth as butter. Unbelievable.
And he also predicted it because it was written in his box. So he made a big show of bringing a box out.
Yeah, I don't like this box. I don't think anybody liked the box.
He made a big show of bringing this box out, and then inside, he has this thing where he'll like put an envelope of how he plans to finish his opponent.
Which has an idea I like. I think
Yes.
that's okay. But the presentation of the box, the way it went down, was so lame, man. Like, he didn't have to do that at all. Sliding an envelope to the announcer is
Well, I
nice.
think probably this was like a sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
I think the box was because of a sponsorship. So he had a proper 12 whiskey in there, which used to be, I think was Connor's brand. I'm not sure if he sold out of that. I believe he sold out of it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure. But anyways, so he had this proper 12 whiskey sponsorship. So he had the whiskey in a box, and it says this is the proper way to do an armbar. Kind of corny, but.
And then obviously he's trying to sell an armbar DVD, which I'm sure is fantastic.
Yes, and right. Yes.
That's reasonable.
Right
That
after
DVD coming out, do the submission.
Yeah, right after the match, he promotes his armbar DVD. But yeah, so he predicts that he's going to win by armbar, and he does win by armbar.
Yeah, that's nice.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Gordon Ryan is. Can we say amazing again?
Amazing.
Gordon
Gordon Ryan. Amazing.
I watched a video that Chael Sutton did the other day, and he mentioned something that gave me a little bit more appreciation for what Gordon Ryan has done, and is that the fact that all of these grappling matches, there is no unified rule set. So he has this record, I think from 2017, he hasn't lost, something like that.
Yeah.
But every time he steps in, the rules are different. Like sometimes it's going to be 10 minutes, sometimes it's going to be 20 minutes, sometimes it's unlimited time.
Yeah.
There's like rules of it could be rules of which submissions are allowed. There's difference in scoring. So you have like who's number one, which is like Eddie Bravo. Is it Eddie? No. So there's the UFC, which is kind of Eddie Bravo invitational rules where they have overtimes, which means that if the match is tied at the end, somebody gets put right on your back, choke almost in, or somebody gets put into an armbar position, armbar almost completed, and you have to get out of it. So that's a different rule set.
ADCC's first takedown.
Yeah, different rule set. And he's winning in all these rule sets handily.
Yeah.
Which adds to how amazing that is.
We could say he's amazing.
Can we say? It's pretty amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. Another armbar, a notable armbar amazing armbar from the HNO, the Who's number one was Mica Galvao. Mica Galvao is a 19-year-old phenom. He's been a phenom since before 19. He did the ADCC.
Second place.
Second place in ADCC last year at 18 years old against men.
He lost another child, Rotolo.
Okay.
But
yeah.
On his way there,
these are also phenoms.
Yeah.
Another child
There's
phenom.
a few of them.
Great, amazing flying armbar, which is extra amazing to me in no-gi.
Yeah.
The flying armbar in gi, which I learned years ago, which I wouldn't attempt anymore, is where you have the gi to grip onto, and you're kind of hanging off of the lapel and the sleeve a little bit, but with no gi, you're just launching yourself into the air.
Yeah, he was able to do it because he had a strong overhook.
Yeah.
But still, like, we're not demonstrating that move here.
Yeah, you're still
not gonna break
you're
that one
slippery.
down.
You're slippery without it, or you're slippery without the gi. You have to be able to just launch yourself into the air. And he completed the flying armbar. He kind of landed on the back of his head a little bit, and
Which is why I won't do
and
it.
they started to invert and flip around, and he was able to finish the armbar in a side-mounted position, which was a pretty incredible finish. I love seeing stuff like that. Sometimes grappling is super boring. Often, mostly, almost 90% of the time.
Not when Mica Galvao does it.
Yeah, but yeah, seeing high-level finishes, seeing a lot of movement is very exciting. So Mica Galvao is very good for that. The Rotolo brothers are very good for that. Gordon Ryan doesn't do that. He stops his opponent's movement, which is what you need to do to win.
Yeah.
But it's
very practical.
It's super practical, super high level. But for excitement, Mica, Rotolo brothers, they have the most exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of Gordon and Mica, one more thing is, well, Gordon was never suspended because he's always been like, I use steroids, and I'm not
he
competing.
takes tournaments that don't test.
Yeah. He doesn't. He says, steroids are not illegal in jiu-jitsu, so I'm not competing in any competition that doesn't allow steroids. Mica Galvao, which is crazy to me that he's so young and had already been on steroids, like retroactively lost his 2022 ADCC.
IBJJF.
No, sorry, IBJ. ADCC doesn't care.
No,
ADCC doesn't care. But his IBJJF championship title was stripped. So if you look at his title, there's a strike through it right now because he was retroactively tested for steroids. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, IBJJF